Amazon sellers debate listing audit with optimization, or should you fully redesign and redo your listing? I'm going to be showing you different versions that actually work depending on your situation. So you can see this listing right here, and I saw it and it looked pretty good. So it pretty much helps you when you're working out, makes it harder to breathe. So after you're done working out, you're good to go. But what happened is they did a listing audit and they decided to optimize their listing for the target market. So it looked like it had a woman right here, right? But instead they optimized and they found out that mostly men were purchasing the product. So they redid it and then put men utilizing the product, and that did increase sales. So we can check right here that instead of targeting women initially, they changed it to target men. So they still do have a woman in the photo, but as you can see, mainly the main target's men, because usually men are the ones that are buying this thing. So once you find out who your main target is, that's when you can optimize your listing. You're not going to redo the entire listing most of the time. So this calls for an optimization. And there's always a little bit of a checklist that you or your team could go through just to make sure everything is A-okay. And this is a very basic checklist, but it's just going through your title, and you're looking at the top competitors. If you see that all of your top competitors are marketing towards men and you're the only one that's marketing towards women, maybe you should double check your sales just to be sure. And top competitors are those that are making more money than you. We've got our bullet points, making sure you're not keyword stuffing. And notice a lot of these go back to the top competition. Description. Make sure you do have A+ content, photos, zoomable, lifestyle. You'll be surprised if you're going through this checklist and you don't meet all of them, even though it's so basic. Product details, brand story, A+ content, brand store. Do you have a brand store? Reviews, video on listing, categories correct. This happens a lot. You look at a top competitor and they're in a different category than you. And once you change your category, it all of a sudden increases sales. So make sure you're in the right category. FBA versus FBM, and you shouldn't be running out of stock. So a lot of basic things right here that you could definitely do yourself. And then we do have a longer one. So if you do have somebody experienced on your team, here's another good checklist where you're going to put in your actual ASIN. And then you're going to go through it. And this is for a more creative individual. You can utilize both of these checklists at the same time, but this one actually kind of stands out more. So you can write in details on what your first image needs to improve on. And this is great if you have a consultant or somebody on your team who can write down what improvements you actually need to make, right? And then you send it to a designer and they make those improvements, right? You can even reference your top competitors. But if you're just going through a checklist and you're not actually writing things down, then nothing's going to get improved, or there's going to be confusion on what you need to do to get these things improved, like your title, bullet points, A+ content, brand story. So writing down actual improvements that you can make is what's going to make the difference. And again, here's another example of doing a listing audit. So did an audit on this listing right here, and it was making $40,000 a month. And I was really surprised they were allowed to have these types of keywords on their listing. As you can see, male, right? And then it's got a male and a female. It's got a bit adultish, but it was making $40,000 a month. And I was like, hey, I don't know how long they're going to get away with this. And what happened is Amazon, of course, said, hey, you can't put the word erection on your packaging, right? We're going to give you an adult flag. So they gave them adult flag. And instead of completely redesigning the entire listing, they attempted to just redesign the bottle. So they redesigned the bottle and just put male performance. You can see they hid some things right here. It looks like they blacked it out, blurred it. And this is their new listing, right? And this was yesterday. And I checked back on their listing today, and now it looks like this. So they may now need to look forward to doing a whole listing redesign. So you can see this is their listing. They're making $28,000, right, in the last 30 days, tons of sales. and then they got hit with an adult flag. Now they need to make the decision, should we optimize and try to get this adult flag removed, or do we need to create an entirely new listing, which is a full redesign? And of course, my recommendation for all of these is just to do an audit first. Optimize your listing, try to make sure that everything, if you get an adult flag, if you're targeting the wrong market, optimize first, right? Don't completely change everything. If you do have to completely change everything, it's going to take a lot more time, right? So I'm going to give you an example of a listing that has to be completely redesigned. So if your listing looks like this and it's got, very, very bad reviews, 3 stars, you keep getting negative reviews, at that point, you most likely need to do a full listing redesign, right? Because your reviews are so bad, even if you run ads, it's time to look at your reviews, make a 2.0 product, and probably create an entirely new listing. There is a point where it's time to just throw in the towel and redesign, right? And this is one of them. If you've got a 3.1, they're about to be at a 2.5, that rating's about to go down. You want to make sure that you are on top of it, because even if they get tons of 5-star reviews randomly, it's going to be hard to recover from something like this. So if you have a lot of bad reviews, you may want to start to think about what the customer's saying and then redesign the entire products. This is going to be a great example of this. And if you are stuck on your listing, you don't know what to do, feel free to head to our website. Right in our description, scroll down, you can get a free listing audit. When you get a free listing audit, you just fill in this information and we'll look at all of your top competitors for you, do a full analysis, top improvements for you for free. And it's always good to have an expert review your listing, because we're completely unbiased, so we're going to tell you the truth. And that does help you with your Amazon journey. So the difference between the redesign and optimization is optimization should always be done first. Redesign should only be done in extreme situations, such as Amazon's violation or adult flag is not being removed no matter what, or your reviews are just so bad that it's time to recreate an entire new listing, because it's going to be very difficult and time consuming to recover. But that's it for today's video. If you want more Amazon videos, tell me what to cover next in the comments. If you learned something new, drop a like. And if you're an Amazon seller, I highly recommend subscribing to our channel, because we're giving away great content that's going to help you in your Amazon journey. And of course, if you need help with increasing sales, anything mentioned in this video, just contact EHP Consulting Group. Links right in the description to contact us, or schedule a call. One of our most popular services is our full Amazon account management service. This is where we'll manage your inventory, customer service, ads, support, and most importantly, growing your sales. It's all about helping you work on your business, not in it every day. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group, signing out.